Cable 62 presents Townbeat, a weekly roundup of civic and cultural affairs in Bergton and surrounding Cedardale County. The host of Townbeat is Paul Moth.
Great, and hello. Welcome once again to Townbeat, your eye on you. I've really been looking forward to this week's show since the debacle that was last week's show. So if you've got any soiled laundry or a laundry bill that we can take care of, please get it along to Cable 62 and we'll look after you. Today, I look to get hitched, or at least I'll go for a ride with Cedardale County friends and more. We've also got a lot of mail to get through. Station manager Cal Weston will help me read. And the book club convenes again this week to share feelings. No criticism here, folks. We'll exchange thoughts on the new bestseller by Jean-Philippe Beauchemin-Laplante. And we have a very special surprise musical guest. But first, I'm at the Captain's Anchor Bar in the Bentley Motel here in Bergton. With me is Margaret Hamill, current president of Cedardale County Friends and More. What's Friends and More all about, Marg?
We're an organization that facilitates mature people meeting other mature people here in the Cedardale County area.
Kind of a Lonely Hearts outfit.
Some people think small town, close-knit community, meeting people would be a cinch. But where the population base is so small, we share tips on good places to meet interesting folks.
Like?
If you were trolling for men, Upland Tire on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, and women?
Church groups, the fitness center, volunteer work, parole hearings.
No, it's not me. I hear that the Captain's Anchor here at the Bentley is very popular with the single ladies, though, and
Really?
I have it on good authority that purchase of a couple of Mai Tais here can pay very rich rewards. Let's watch this. Hello, ladies. Well, anyway, that's what I heard.
Can I buy you a drink, Paul?
No, thanks. Is that a line?
The simple things work.
Just a coffee, thanks.
And a soda, please.
Say, Rex, isn't that the ex-wife over there? At least now you know where the alimony is going.
Is that really Jeannie?
Yeah.
Wow.
Rex is kind of sensitive about it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Most of the people who attend Friends and More meetings, I'm guessing, would be in their middle years. Is that right?
Most of them.
So there's not a lot of young Asian women into spanking?
No.
Not even if I've been very, very bad?
No.
See, people get so set in their ways these days. Oh, me, for instance. I come home from the station, I strip off to my briefs, and I lay down in front of the tube with a big bag of chips and a tub of dip, and I pass out. And I'm thinking probably a lot of women don't find a larger man with chips and dip matting the hair on his stomach all that attractive. Am I right?
I hear you.
Rex, what do you think about me and Jeannie? Just kidding, Rex. It was a little joke.
Paul, you should come on out to our next meeting. We're getting together up at Heidi Graham's place, up in Ridgeville.
Well, if you're single and simpering about it, get going to Cedardale County Friends and More. Their contact number should be appearing on the screen here.
What about you, Rex?
There you go. Thank you, Margaret Hamill.
Bergton is North America's first television community. In 1918, videophonic pioneer Dr. Alexander Faulkner established electroglyph laboratories in the old armory at the corner of Founders and Reservoir. Here he perfected the pictobulator, a device carrying televisual images to the home. Here's a very young Mary Pickford performing in an improvised scene. Bergton was a trial community for the new home entertainment and information system, with prospective advertisers and content providers testing the effect on the local populace. Dr. Faulkner used interned Austro-Hungarian soldiers as the cast for his first experimental program. Faulkner found that prolonged exposure to televisual imagery induced debilitating lethargy in the subjects.
But powerful enough in its effects to undermine the health and strength of man, woman, or child.
As a precaution, daily exposure was limited to 40 minutes. Unfortunately, the pictobulator relied upon cables for distribution, a clumsy and inefficient technology superseded by broadcast television. The historic electroglyph laboratories are now fittingly home to Cable 62. It's a Bergdon fact.
Come on, everybody. Climb aboard the Municipal Omnibus. We have lots of fellow travelers this week. There's more confusion and some serious property damage resulting from the experimental traffic signs out on the 12. That's bound to dominate debate at the next meeting of Town Council. And a common ribbon cutting caused some concern. Mayor Ed Casey inaugurated the long-delayed Brockway Mall Annex with his usual inimitability.
People said it couldn't be done. Investing in a mall that's in receivership doesn't make sense. But we had a vision. And in association with the good people here at Bargain Mart, we're here to say that a prudent investment of your tax dollars will make a bigger and better Brockway Mall into the hubstone of our economic renewal plan. Thank you.
Lawyers for both the Tuscawee First Nation and the Chippequani Burial Sites Corporation are seeking a stop work order in light of the unearthed bones. So tough luck there, Mayor Casey and other shareholders of the Brockway Mall. And a cautionary note now to the public. Extra maximum penitentiary escapee Edgar Roy Blades remains at large and continues to frustrate authorities. News sightings of Blades this week confirm that he is still in the area. Edgar Roy Blades is considered armed and dangerous. Boomalaka, sis boom ba. Yes, our boys won it all again. This past Saturday, the Cedardale Fullworks Authority College for the Performing and Visual Arts Tigers took home the Bruno Brandauer Cup for the third consecutive year with a convincing overtime demolition of the Nipagoosh Tech Teutons in Game 7 of the Level 2 Group B Under-23 All-Regional Unrestricted Zonal Finals at the Arc. Let's glory in that moment one more time with Cable 62's own sports Beatrix, Julie Barnes.
I'm in the Tigers dressing room at the Arc. Coach Red Carlson of the Level 2B champion PNVA Tigers. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, Julie.
3 in a row, Coach. How does it feel?
Well, we've been here before, Julie, but winning for the 4th time in 10 years really makes it special.
You were really in there tough for a while.
Yeah, especially with those bad calls just before the break.
What were your thoughts out there, or did you have any?
Well, first, congratulations to the Teutons. They're a heck of a squad. Raheem Benoit, can he stop Marwada? And what can you say about a coach like Hatzberger? Total respect. We had him beat down low, and the trap was there, but we rezoned.
What happened to Bucky Lee there in the second? It looked like he got jammed.
Yeah, it was a bad jam, but kudos to our trainer, Stitch Knox, because once he drained it, we could all smell victory.
Is that what that smell is? And we have just been informed that Charlie Morrell has been named MVP. Let's get him in here. Charlie, you have just been named Agrafeed's MVP. How does it feel?
Well, this is my stop, and that's it for another ride on the Municipal Omnibus.
Find us online at www.cable62.com.
She witnessed the last great battle between the fierce Tuscawee and the Chippequani at Stubtoe. She was there when the first steam engine pulled into this town, when the cornerstone was laid for these very studios, and she participated in the persecution of the county's first suffragettes. For last Wednesday, Hildegard Muscht celebrated the big 111, 111 years old. Happy birthday, Hildy. I said, happy birthday, Hildy!
Please stand by.
Station Manager Cal Weston joins me now for Dear Yours Truly. He'll help me respond to your letters to the show.
It's always good hearing what's on people's minds. Our call for stories and photos about holes in the greater Cedardale area was certainly well heeded.
Yes, here's one from Mrs. Terry Baker up in Fairfield. Is that near Mount Clare, Cal?
Right you are.
And Mrs. Baker recounts an incident from 1961.
My boys, Gary and Dick, were out riding their bikes near the gypsum pit up off Founders near Camp 7 and fell into a hole. The boys told me they wandered around a series of tunnels for 8 or 9 hours and eventually emerged from a large mound down by the aggregate trunk line.
And Mrs. Baker has enclosed a photograph of the mound. Rex, can we get that there?
And the next one's interesting, too.
Yes, it's a picture of the 2 boys holding an egg that they took out of the mound.
The boys said there were thousands of them in there. I told them it was probably a Dinosaurus egg.
Now, Cal, you know a fair bit about our natural history. What kind of dinosaurs populated this area?
Well, I know over at the they have shells and fossils.
Well, from the Cretaceous period, I guess.
This is interesting because sometime during the mid-50s, they found some giant footprints or paw prints up near Camp 7.
Well, now, I wonder if the footprints and the eggs came from the same animal.
Could be.
What kind of military installation was Camp 7, Cal?
It was a secret camp.
And what town in the great southeastern Northwest didn't have its own secret military installation in those days, eh?
Well, thank you for your letter, Mrs. Terry Baker. Now, if you'd like to join us...
Not so fast there, Cal. We did receive one other letter this week. It's from Hannibal Doverston here in town, and Hannibal writes, "Doesn't your station manager, Cal Weston, always look fabulous? Where does he buy his clothes? Is it anywhere in Bergton?" You are a natty dresser, Cal, and you do wear clothes well. Look at him. He's turning a little red. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you, really. So where do you get your threads?
Well, thanks for writing, Hannibal. I travel a good deal, and whenever I'm in San Francisco or New York, I endeavor to pick up something new and attractive there. I'm always on the lookout for something just a little out of the ordinary. And, of course, I shop in St. Anne de Ville, too. There are a couple of fine stores there.
Oh, really? Like?
Homo?
Excuse me?
Haute, like haute couture, haute cuisine.
Oh, I see, like the high man, the tall man. Because for a second there, Cal, I
Where
thought
do
you
you
said...
get your clothes, Paul?
Well, if there's a sale down at Bargain Mart, socks and underwear, anything for the show, definitely Dudes Deluxe. If it's something for hanging around the house, I usually shop at the feed depot.
And that'd be like, what, denim?
Denim, jean, yeah, a durable product with, ample room in the seat.
Well, that's all the time we have to talk about clothes and stuff. Hannibal Doverston, I hope we answered your question. Now, keep those letters coming, folks.
That's right, because those are the only 2 we got this week, and it's always nice to have a choice. So, why don't you drop a note or a card into the mail to Townbeat, Cable 62, the Old Armory, Founders and Reservoir here in Bergton.
And we have the email now. That address is townbeat@cable62.com.
You're looking at scenic Chippequaney Creek on the Cable 62 River Cam. I'm Lynn Kozik with your community calendar. At the exhibition grounds all day Saturday, it's Bergton Vintage Appliances. Articles available for purchase or swap this week include a 1953 Porterboard radium weeder, a single-stroke diesel Krupp's Automall, and an extremely rare 1942 Sopwith Careen gas biscuiter. And this weekend coming, it's all Bob Bowling. If Bob's your name and bowling's your game, come out and bowl all day Friday for free at Bowlaroo. Admission for non-Bobs is $5. All Bob Bowling, all Bobs bowl free. Now back to Paul Moth and Townbeat right here on Cable 62.
Hi, welcome back, our Townbeat Book Club. Joining me, our municipal librarian, Barb Montgomery, and Cal Weston returns wearing his bibliophilic hat. How turned the pages this week, gang?
Oh, boy.
Oh, come on. The book wasn't that bad, was it?
Oh, no. It was very good, I think. Though I must admit my high school French was a bit rusty.
You told me you had excellent French.
Our assignment this week was to read Jean-Philippe Beauchemin Laplante's controversial new bestseller, Au Gratin.
I love the cover.
Au Gratin is simply the latest example of the renaissance of the French language novel taking place next door to us here in Sainte-Anne-de-Ville.
And throughout Champlain County.
Good point,
It's
Paul.
exciting to think that we're right beside a living francophone culture here in the heart of North America.
And one would think that the citizens of Bergton would more frequently take advantage of this. I mean, we're what, 10 minutes away?
Oh, yes, but Cal, the impenetrable literary theory, the second papacy in Avignon, mayonnaise with French fries, it remains a world apart.
Oh, yes, it's a beautiful place.
Oh, you've been?
Well, no. Well, my cousin, she went there on her honeymoon, and she said it was really very nice. The people there are so different, apparently.
Everyone should take a chance and visit Sainte-Anne-de-Ville. I mean, for the excitement alone, it's fantastic. The Loche nightclubs.
Oh, I'll just bet.
Oh, and they certainly have a throbbing literary scene. Artistes, cafes, poseurs, and so forth.
Which is wonderfully rendered in the book. Didn't you think, Paul?
Well, the thing is, I don't know if this happens to you, but, well, with this book anyway, I'm lying in bed reading the first 3 or 4 lines when all of a sudden, boom, I'm unconscious and the alarm is screaming and it's the next morning. So I really don't have a comment on it. So, Barb, why don't you give us a précis of Au Gratin?
It's a murder mystery, or more of a spoof on the noir genre. It's set in a bistro, I think.
Yes, a little cafe in the demi-monde of St. Anne's Quartier Latin.
And the main character's a chef.
Maitre d', Georges Valgeorges.
Right. Well, Georges gets caught up in the intrigues of a group of bourgeois arrivistes on the hunt for débutantes in the cabaret-like milieu.
So, Georges is a bit of a bon vivant, then?
Yes, and he has a liaison with an au pair.
Ooh la la!
Which becomes grotesque after a Mardi Gras soirée. The au pair is found dead in Georges' armoire. Au naturel, strangled by her own brassiere, her derrière, well...
Coated in camembert.
Au Gratin!
Touché!
Well, Barb, why don't you give us your critique of Au Gratin?
The plot was a little bizarre for my taste, though that could change. And the surprise ending, I think, is pulled off with panache.
Not camouflaged enough to give it real éclat, I thought. And the denouement was a bit of a letdown.
A total cliché, and I mean, the book is droll and full of bon mots, but laced with that soupçon de malaise that's become de rigueur to the point of being gauche.
I don't know. I found the book apropos.
Moi aussi.
Well, how so, Barb?
Chic, risqué, a certain je ne sais quoi, Cal.
Debonair characters with savoir-faire, masquerading as libertines while suffering a fin de siècle ennui. A perfect pastiche for a belle époque.
Beauchemin la Plante, belle lettre, dernier cri.
Prix Goncourt?
Absolument.
Eh bien, bonne chance, Jean-Philippe. Et merci nos connoisseurs littéraires, Bob Montgomery et Cal Weston. C'est toujours un plaisir de vous voir.
De rien.
Enchanté.
Nous nous voyons en quelques semaines avec une autre édition de Townbeat Club Book.
You are watching Cable 62, Bergton.
Townbeat welcomes troop leader Elsbeth Gum. Elsbeth has just been named Den Mother of the Year by the Scouts of the Northeastern Southwest. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, this honor is linked, I believe, to your successful efforts to have a new merit badge recognized.
Yes. Well, after some years of lobbying, the Scouts will be issuing a badge for rock music.
Are you wearing the badge?
Aye.
Can we get a shot of that there? Yes, and you and the boys in your troop are the first ever recipients. That's tremendous. I understand you're going to play a song for us in the rock and roll style?
Aye. We're going to be doing one song by the Liz Band.
Great. Dib, dib, dib. Here they are, then. The first ever recipients of a merit badge for rock. The 3rd Chawanahuntha Secondary Scout Troop Group with one song.
All
Aren't they fantastic? The 3rd Shawanahantha Secondary Scout Troop Group with one song. My name is Paul Moth. Come back again next week for Townbeat, your eye on you.